I am filling my fall TBR. I'm only doing the fall TBR because I don't think I could catch up with the monthly TBRs, so especially since I keep on getting into a reading slump every time I finish a book, or I just can't get through the book. So over here, these are the books that I'm literally going to be doing the TBR with, so yeah. So let's just get this started, right? Still got that cough. Let's just get this started. First book on my TBR, which I am definitely currently reading, is The Young Elites. This book, I'm really getting into it so much. It is so amazing and interesting, and if this book is really good, I am thinking about going to start reading the Legend series, which, if you haven't known, I don't have all the books, and I literally don't have complete collections yet. Anyway, I never really couldn't get through Legend. That is until I'm starting to get into like this book because I heard so many good things about it. So I am pretty much excited to read this. Well, to finish it, I'm not even halfway through with it, but it's getting good. It's getting good. So. Next book I have here is actually a quick read, and it made me think, like, I think all my books here are kind of related to, like, the Halloween type season, because they're all, like, paranormal, or they remind me of Halloween, because it's Halloween, so, and I'm planning on staying in or something. So, this next book is really short, and I've always tried to read this, but it's a historical fiction, and I've tried reading it, but I just couldn't get through because I had other books. So this book is Invisible World by Suzanne Wayne. It's a historical fiction about the Salem witch trials and everything. So it's about this girl who's literally I guess a descendant of one of the witches or something. So and there's this bad thing like happening, and they're getting all the witches and everything, but she's really a witch. Whereas back then, people did have violent proof about the Salem witch trials. So, well, they did have proof of the witches. Yeah. Next book, I bought this off a book outlet, so I think you've seen it in one of my hauls or something. I kind of tried reading it last year, but my brain just like it wasn't focusing. I couldn't understand a single word it was saying. So, and whenever I'm like reading it, it's literally hurting my eyes or something. But I'm hoping to get through it. And that is The Murmurings by Carly Ann West. It's a ghost story, so I'm in depth with it because it should be a good ghost book. And the ghost book, it's kind of a ghost and a mystery. So it's about this girl whose sister Nell has actually killed herself or something, and she's trying to figure out what was really happening, and she tries to ask this doctor, but the doctor, on the other hand, has some pretty intense secrets. So next one I also got off of book outlet, and that is Fang Girl by Helen Keeble. This book is basically a vampire kind of thing. It's about this girl who ends up getting turned, who is a vampire, and it's supposed to be like hilarious. When I read the back, I was laughing. It's funny. It was in the hilarious section as well as the paranormal section. So I'm looking forward to reading this book. I've been wanting to read it for like since I got it, but I had another book that I had to read. So next book, I showed this in my most recent book haul, and that is The Fairy Path by Freelyn Jones. This book follows around this girl named Anita, who's really this lost princess named Tanya, and so forth, so on. I think you know what it means or something. But anyway, the fairy thing, it's also kind of similar to like Halloween because kids sometimes dress up as fairies and everything. Ugh. Glad I got water here. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this. I'm gonna hopefully get through all these books I have to show you. So next book, also shown in my book haul, is Hex Hall. It is also a witch book, so I can't wait to actually watch it. Well, not watch it. Why am I say watch it? I meant I can't wait to read the book. I think I was thinking about Hocus Pocus because of the cat in the corner. So anyway, this book sounds so intriguing, and I'm looking forward to reading it and seeing how this. I've never read anything by Rachel Hawkins before, so I'm wondering if it's going to be any good. Next book is obviously involving, well, more paranormal. So apparently my whole TBR involves paranormal stuff, and that is Generation Dead by Danielle Waters. This book is obviously, it falls around someone, like there's a strange phenomenon and there's people coming back from the dead, and it's kind of creepy. It sounds kind of creepy, but I'm not sure how creepy it is. So I'm hoping it's not going to be so scary, and I'm going to look forward to reading this. Next book I've had since, I don't know when did I, since, I don't really say when I've had it. I think I got this when it came out. I've had this since, I guess, 2013 or sometime around 2013, and it is called Rebel Spirits by Lois Ruby. This book is kind of interesting. I've read a little further, but I was unable to finish it, so I tried reading it one time when I was sick, but that didn't really help because I couldn't really picture it, and it was just flowing around my brain like, who's this, what's going on, and everything. So I'm hoping now that I'm feeling a little bit better, sort of, I can actually just read this book, get into it, and finish it. So it's a ghost story. It's about this girl who can see the dead, which reminds me of, what was that show? Ghost Whisperer. My favorite TV show, to be honest. So yeah, I'm going to be reading this too in the season of fall since we have 3 months in each. Okay, the next one is Evermore by Alison Noel. This is the first book in the Immortal series, and it follows around this girl who survived who came back from the dead, and she ended up gaining these powers where she could sense people's aura and hear what they're thinking, and so forth and so on. I have not read this book, but it is really intriguing. The synopsis, I love it, and I am looking forward to actually reading this book. Next book is Everlost, which is the first book in the Skinjacker trilogy. It's by Neil Shusterman. Okay, so funny thing, this is one of my favorite books. I was introduced to it when I was in middle school. It was called, like, I was in the Battle of the Books. We almost won. We were 1 point away from being in 3rd place. But one of my friends or one of my teammates kind of accidentally said the wrong word. I think it was, and funny thing, I still remember some of the long titles, because there were some. George Washington's Spymaster, How the Americans Outspied the British and Won the Revolutionary War by Joseph Bruchac. See, I still remember that. That's the longest title I've ever read. Anyway, she ended up saying that wrong, so we kind of got into the 4th place, which didn't qualify us for the next, level. I was so hoping to have joined it in 8th grade, but the librarian quit or something, or she moved to a new school, and she was a really nice librarian. She always let me stay in there, and I always stayed in there and helped out. It was really fun. Me and my friend did that together. Anyway, one of the books that we were required to read, which I kind of just wrote questions and I didn't really read at all, is Everlost. So, is this book right here in my hand? It follows around these two kids who end up getting killed in this car crash, and they are stuck in between life and death, and they're just trying to, I guess, get home, but they face a few challenges, like you can't stand in one place for more than a minute before you start sinking into the ground, heading towards the center of the earth. I mean, imagine that. Okay. Sorry, I have to have some of that before my throat just starts before I start coughing. But you can't stand more than 1 minute without actually sinking into the earth towards the core. So, Allie and Nick, they're trying to get back. I don't know if they actually get back because I did not really read the book. So, I bought it sometime this year and I bought it before it ran out on Book Outlet. So, I really wanted to get into it. I tried reading it, tried, it just didn't get through my head. I got to like chapter 2 or more. So I'm hoping that I actually I'm actually able to start reading this, and hopefully I'll enjoy it too. Next book I got for my birthday this year, and that is a whole I think this is it's a collection. Well, it's got 2 stories in here, and that is Spirit Walk. The other 2 books, the 2 books in here that it was combined into one humongous novel, is called Walk of the Spirits and Shadow Mirror, all by Richie Tankersley Cusick. She either it's a she or a he. Wrote the Unseen series, so it follows around this girl named Miranda Barnes, and she hears these voices, and she even sees spirits. So this one definitely reminded me of Ghost Whisperer, and I'm really looking forward to picking this book up and reading it. And as you can see, it's like really thick, so this is a big book. Next book I have here is second to last, actually. It's called Nightshade by Andrea Cremer. This book actually reminded me of like the fall and the Halloween because there's a girl turning into she's a werewolf, and she can turn into a werewolf, and she's got a pack and everything. So I'm looking forward to reading this. This is definitely the first book, and I know it because the second book is Wolfsbane, and I'm going to try to find the second book or something, and then so forth, and however many books there are, because I really want to read this series so much, and if I like the first book, then I'll just get the second book. Easy as pie. Okay, so you guys might know me. My friend kind of might, because she's read the whole Twilight series, and my boyfriend doesn't really like the Twilight series, which I have no idea why. I mean, it's who doesn't love a human and a vampire? A human and a vampire falling in love. I mean, it happened in Vampire Diaries. What the heck? Okay, so the book is, don't kill me for this, people, please. It's Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. Yeah, I know, everyone's gonna kill you. I kind of didn't get to the series. I tried reading it, but I guess the mistake was for watching the movie before reading the book. But this is the first book in the series, and obviously this book would be good for the fall because it reminds me of vampires. Kind of a duh statement. I just love the idea of a human and a vampire actually falling in love, which makes sense. Just saying. And the only problem is I don't like it when the thingy comes out, so I had to put tape on it. The painting tape, not like the actual tape, which I didn't want to do that, ruining the book and everything. But obviously this follows around a girl named Bella, also known as Isabella. She falls in love with this vampire, and I think you know the thing from there. So I have a whole freaking pile of these TBRs that I really want to finish so much, and I want to finish Young Elites before I can move on to Invisible Worlds. Well, thank you for watching. Please comment down below if you read any of these books, and do not kill me for not reading Twilight. So, yeah. Sorry for all the interruptions, too. My freaking cough is still here, but it's faint, so yeah, you get the point. Thank you for watching. Bye!